Hey guys, what's up? It is TheKerbalKiller here, and we are back with another tutorial video. I know I haven't done one of these in a while. That's because I wanted to get a few other series going on my channel, just to mix up the media, I guess. Make it so that not only one thing is on my channel at a time. And so I figured I'd get back into the tutorial series now. It's been long enough, and I'm going to make a Minimus tutorial, or better said, a tutorial on how to get to Minimus and back. Minimus, if you do not know, is the farthest moon from Kerbal. Kerbal has two moons, the moon or the mun or whatever you want to call it, and Minimus. Minimus is the farthest one, and it is really cool to put it that way. I guess that's kind of a weird way of putting it, but it has these kind of like, I'm not sure if they're oceans or salt oceans. I don't know what they are, but they're pretty much frozen over like flat areas all over it. I'm gonna call them oceans just because they're at sea level. So it has all these flat little like oceans all over it, and it's very rocky, and it has 0.05 G forces, so it's very has a very low gravitational force, so it's very easy to land on, and it's just really cool, I guess. And so I designed a rocket editor, recorded this episode, but then I had accidentally, I guess, I don't know how, but I managed to delete the footage, I guess, or something like that. So I had already designed a rocket, so here I'm just going over usual asparagus staging, 2 nuclear rockets and a large fuel tank. What was that? A decoupler to decouple all of it. Some parachutes for the re-entry phase, and then a lander, which is just a poodle engine and a big fuel tank, advanced SAS, some RCS, and all that. And so it's pretty much the same as the moon lander that we had done, except this time we're taking it to Minimus. I just redesigned the lander a little bit, added advanced SAS to the lander and some RCS on the lander too. I'm not sure if it was on the other one. But here we go with our ascent stage. You pretty much want to get into an orbit, and from there you kind of want to fiddle around with maneuver nodes until you can get an encounter with Minimus. I generally, what I do when I'm trying to get an encounter with Minimus via maneuver nodes, I generally put them at like a 110 angle, I think, 110 degree angle from where Minimus is relative to the maneuver node. And that's generally where I like to start, and then I'll just tweak it a little bit here and there and move it around. If you don't know how to move a maneuver node around, just click on the big circle in the center of the maneuver node when you open it, and you can just move that around your orbit, and it will recenter it, and it will calculate all stuff from if you were burning from there. And looks like we are on our last 3 engines here for our ascent stage. Who are taking up with Jebediah, and I cannot read the other two because my computer, I had to take off the dynamic RAM for the preview window. That's why I'm watching this in the Sony Vegas preview window. I had to take off the dynamic RAM because if I didn't, when I rendered, it would crash the render every single time. But that is good news because speaking of computers, I have been saving up for a new computer, a desktop computer, for a little over a year now. And I think I may be able to get a new one by the end of the summer, so that is good news for all of us. That means I can make better quality videos. I hope be able to up the graphic settings on Kerbal Space Program, because this is the lowest render settings and the lowest planetary settings and all that. That's why the oceans look so weird compared to all other videos if you watch them on YouTube. But hopefully that will go up. Render times will decrease, so I might be able to get videos up more frequently, maybe 2 videos a week, which would be very nice. And yeah, it'll just be overall better. I might be able to put up another game besides just Kerbal Space Program onto the channel too, so that might be cool. I might look at different other games. I was thinking of the new game that Bohemia Interactive released at E3, Take on Mars. It's pretty much like a realistic Mars rover simulator where you can drive around different rovers on Mars. It's pretty much supposed to be like mapped out, like according to what our information tells us Mars looks like from all the rovers and all that. You can go to like where Curiosity landed and drive around in Curiosity. Obviously, you don't the NASA, that's what it's called, doesn't actually drive around manually on the on the rovers from their HQ, because there would be like a 30-minute delay or something like that from when they input the command to when the rover gets it, so it's all automated, it's all programmed. But that probably wouldn't make for fun gameplay for people that don't know how to program, so they're just gonna kind of skip over that part, so you can pretty much drive it with WASD. I don't know, I haven't actually seen the demo for it yet, but I saw a trailer and it looks really good, so that might be fun to put onto the channel. But where are we right now? Oh, it looks like we just got into an orbit, and now I'm doing the inclination change because Minimus is on a different inclination from the moon's. The moon inclination is an equatorial orbit, so it has an inclination of 0. Or as the Minimus, as Minimus has, I think, 6-degree inclination. I could be just plain out lying, but I have no idea. And it looks like this is our burn. Just going to an inclination burn actually does require a lot of delta V compared to just a regular regular orbital operation. Cause I don't know why, but just I'm not a rocket scientist or whatever, but it takes a much larger amount of delta V to do that, to do it inclination change. But as you see here, we are now making a maneuver node about 120 degrees from Minimus, maybe a little bit less or more, give or take. I can't really see. Once again, the preview window is quite bad resolution, even on the best setting. Well, it looks like we set that up, and we are just going to get ready to do our burn. Now, by the time this video goes up, the video will probably be out, but I spent probably all of Wednesday, I think it was, working on a Sunday special for you guys, so leave a like for that if you haven't checked it out yet. But most of my videos go up on Tuesday, if you haven't noticed. Tuesday or around Tuesday, that's generally why I try to put them out. I don't know why Tuesday, just seemed good for me. But yeah, so Sunday there is a special video that should be up by the time you're watching this. So if you want to check that out, it took me a lot of time to edit, and it was a lot of fun to edit, but it was just a pain. It took me all of Wednesday. The recording wasn't that bad. The recording only took like an hour. I had a lot of clips that I had to put it together. There's a lot of stuff that got cut out, but it was so much fun to make. So tell me if anyone actually watches these, but tell me if you guys like that. If you actually watch this video and you decide to comment, tell me if you like that video. I might do more of those because that was actually kind of enjoyable. And a little overshoot there on the burn that I had to do to get to Minimus there, but we're just decreasing our periaps so we can get that back down to the right. What's the word I'm looking for? Right. Apoapse? No. Anyway, I overburn. I'm just fixing it. I'm not sure if it's this video. What I generally like to do is I like to record a bunch of videos at the same time and then edit them all, so I can't really remember what video is what. But I think it was this video. I had gone on, I was going into, what's it called? An equatorial orbit around Minimus, but I was going retrograde, so I was going basically the opposite way that Minimus is going. So I just do a quick, what's the word I'm looking for? Not plane change. Is it a plane change? Some sort of slide maneuver, I guess what you could call it. Basically, you see how the periaps is on that side of Minimus, so I want it on the other side, so I'm just going to quickly burn west or east, I forget, to just change it so it's on the right side. Like that, and there we go. It just makes it easier to get into orbit. I don't know why science. That's my excuse for most things in life. I don't know why science. And so I'm just setting up a maneuver node to get a nice equatorial orbit, because that will be helpful for when we try to get back to our spacecraft from our docker. And here I'm just emptying all the fuel out of our lander to put into our main ship so that we can use this fuel. Obviously, we still have plenty of fuel. It's just easier to it just helps me know how much fuel we actually have, because that's the total amount of fuel in the ship now. Because before, I'm not sure, I disabled cross feed on the docking nodes so that the fuel wouldn't drain from the lander into the into the what's it called, the main ship. But now I just took all the fuel out of the lander and put it into the main ship so that we know how much fuel we have exactly left on the ship. And there we go. I believe the burn is done. What's this? I have a black screen now. Hold up, everybody. 1 second. Okay, guys, I'm back. I appear to have fixed the problem. I have no idea what it was. I just stopped the playback on Sony Vegas and restarted it, and now everything's fine. So that was really weird. But yeah, that's this kind of stuff that I have to deal with here. Hopefully by the time this video goes up, I'm not sure if I'm gonna post this. I'm probably gonna post the tutorial video this week, and then I recorded another episode of what's it called, Milo's Rebellion, Milo's Revenge, whatever the hell I call it at this point. So that's going to go up, and I also have another episode of Cathane on backup. I always have all these different videos I have to post. I just don't know what order to post them. I should probably have an order, like I should always do. Okay, starting today, I'm gonna have an order. I'm gonna do 1 week is going to be tutorials, then it's going to be Milo's Rebellion or Milo's Revenge or whatever the hell it's called, then it's gonna be Cathane, and then the order repeats, and every now and then I'll have a special, I guess. That seems like a good enough idea to me. But by the time this video goes up, I will hopefully have completed my channel art banner thing. I'm having trouble with that because I have no idea what the hell I'm supposed to do. I read somewhere that's supposed to be like 2024 by 1305 or something. That's the resolution. I just made that up. It's around there. And then I go and find out that I made the banner for that, so everything was good. And then I went and find out that I was off by like 1300 pixels. So now I have to like restart, and the thing's huge, and I have no idea what I'm doing. So once I'm done recording the audio for this, I'm going to go to Google and see if I can do anything with that. But yeah, that's my life right there. And it looks like we are coming in for our landing on Minimus. It's actually kind of difficult, not really difficult, it's just annoying to go down on Minimus, because even the slightest amount of thrusting, you'll just shoot back into the air. But it looks like we did it, so there we go. Our poodle engine managed to get us there. And let's just jump off with Jebediah. There's this Durfrey. This might be Durfrey. Either way, the first, well, technically second Kerbal to land on Minimus. Actually, technically the third, because this I already sent 2. And Jebediah just totally bowling ball Durfrey there. And looks like Durfrey, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Oh well. He is like freaking obsessed with the ground. He seems so pleased with it. Well, I would be pleased with shoving my face in the Minimus soil too, because that'd be very fun. But that is pretty much it, although according to my sources, aka Sony Vegas, I still have about 5 more minutes on to rant. So yeah, I have no idea what I'm supposed to rant about, except for the fact that their faces are hilarious. I love these animations for their faces. That's so amusing. Ooh, there's a screenshot right there for my banner. If my banner's on, that's gonna be in the banner. Actually, I already added that photo in. It's pretty much just a collage of all sorts of crap that I've done in Kerbal Space Program, with my logo on it, the TheKerbalKiller Space Program, which is totally not just this Kerbal Space Program logo, but I cut out the Kerbal Space Program and put the TheKerbalKiller Space Program. So yeah, that's a thing. Anyway, it does not take pretty much any delta V at all to get into orbit around Minimus. You pretty much have to burn for just like a few seconds just to get. I think the escape velocity for Minimus is 200 meters per second. So you can see how easy it is to get into orbit around it. So there we go. We're pretty much already got our orbit. We just need to make it circular and actually get the orbit, because right now it's just a suborbital trajectory. But I love to go online, and this is what I was doing today before I recorded this video. I went online to Yahoo Answers and just decided to look up why humans haven't landed on the sun, just to see the answers that came up, and it is the funniest thing I've ever read. I obviously know why humans can't land on the sun, because, you know, the heat and the gravity and the fact that, you know, it's going to take a lot of fuel and it's just pointless because it will just be destroyed. So the human, that is, that would suck, being destroyed. destroyed or killed? Destroyed sounds more brutaler. I don't know. Anyway, it was so amusing because obviously the people that answer the question know the answer, but the people that ask don't. So I was reading one of them, and it was, why can't the humans land on the sun? And the top answer was, they just have to land at night. And I actually laughed out loud for that. But yeah, that's the kind of thing I do in my free time. Anyway, looks like we are going to go for our rendezvous with our, main ship. I kind of screwed up here. What I usually do with a rendezvous is I generally like to go very close and within orbit, like just a kilometer or so closer to the planet than my ship that I want to rendezvous with is, and then I just slowly wait until I get close enough so that I can just match velocities. With this, I decided to go with a very low orbit instead, like a very far away orbit from the ship that I was trying to dock with. So it kind of made trouble, as you could see, and I wasted some delta V that I didn't need to, but we had plenty on the ship anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And there we go. It took me a second to figure out what that blue mark was on Minimus, but it turns out that is where you plant the flags, because apparently you can actually switch the flags and look at them. It counts as like an object that you can switch to. You can't really do anything with it, obviously. You can't move it around because it's just a flag, but here we go, going in for our docking maneuver. I'm going to line up north to south so that it's easy to figure out where the docking port is, and just going to go in for a nice little dock here. I forget if it's just, yeah, it was this video. Pretty much when I was recording this video, I've always had my record button to F9, which also happens to be the load button for the quick save load button for Kerbal Space Program. So what happened was I had docked with a ship, and then I had quick saved, and then when I had undocked from the ship kind of snapped, like I kind of pressed the wrong button and snapped parts of the ship off. So I reloaded the save, and as you could see, kind of skipped. I didn't actually notice that I had stopped recording until after the burn was done. So yeah, that's a thing. But there we go. I remapped it now to F8. So now that problem should come up again, but we just undocked with our starship. We have picked up Jebediah and Durfree, so now we're all together. And they're gonna probably puke because I decided to press Q and E during this descent, and it started spinning uncontrollably, and I couldn't fix it. So there's a little bit of vomit in the capsule, but just going to deploy the parachutes and land them safely. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching me rant. I guess this is really weird, just talking to myself at 11:20 at night. But yeah, that's the kind of thing that I do. Hopefully I won't do this ever again, at least during the summer, because I'm generally home alone during the summer. So yeah, I can talk to myself and no one will bother me. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys, this episode of Kerbal Tutorials. Like and favorite if you liked, and if you thought it was a really great video that you wanted to favorite it. Subscribe if you want more, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.